Dom knows, you know, he took me to Texas, he showed me the barbecue, and now I'm gonna show him the barbecue. I'm gonna smoke him up.
I'm going to ban a Zero Lucian Nami every game, and Yamato will auto lose.
Hello everybody, I'm YamatoCannon, and I am joined by my homie IWDominate.
What's up, guys? I am going to be drafting against Yamato today.
You mean you're gonna get smoked today? You know, you're gonna get smoked. I'm gonna roll you
I've
up
been
like
seeing the Ruddy
barbecue,
Sack
bro.
drafts. All right, I've been seeing the Ruddy Sack drafts. I got this one in the bag.
Well, you shouldn't have introduced me to the Texas barbecue. All I do is yearn for that. But anyway, this is Fearless Faceoff. It's a mock draft show where we basically test the limits of Fearless draft format in preparation for First Stand, the new all Fearless draft tournament taking place in Seoul, South Korea, for top teams from each region. We'll be using the full Fearless.com drafting tool to play out the best of 5. The app's algorithm will track which champions have already been picked because I would just forget, and determine who the likely winner will be. So, who do you think will be? Let's find out. So Dom, I know you've been watching a lot of pro play the same way I do. Are you more LCK pilled, LPL pilled, LEC pilled? Which region is your favorite in terms of drafting so far?
I'm kind of mixed between LCK pilled and LPL pilled right now. I'm definitely not LEC pilled with the drafting. The giving Skarner and playing Ivern into it, I'm not the biggest on that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, with Atakan, how it changed the game. I feel like every game is just so fast. Everything is just about fighting. I think if you don't bring engage to the party, you can just, you know, go next. It's all about just making sure you have buttons.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to get into it.
All right.
All right, so I've got a strategy in the first game. I want to see how good Yamato's memory is. I want him... I want to see if he remembers that this champion now exists. So I'm going to try to cheese him here in the first draft and pick the most broken champion that is in the game right now, which is Mel, recently released. So let's see if he actually remembers that this champion is up.
Trying to think of what are the best first picks for him. So I'm just going to remove Aurora.
I know he's going to be so bad after he sees me pull out the Mel first pick. He's going to be like, what the hell?
Let's see what he first picks.
Here it is.
Mel! You picked Mel! I don't know what to do against Mel. He got me. You know, Dom didn't even watch Arcane.
Trying to get them to pick Sejuani here because I think it should be good for my Mel action.
Okay, I think that I'm going to keep it simple here, and I'm just going to lock a tank, and that is Sejuani.
I think I'd be completely okay with playing into Azaya.
Let's try this. Team Sack wins, apparently.
You like my draft, or who do you think wins the draft?
This Mel champ, I just want to pick champs that don't have projectiles, bro. I need to draft a leader comp, only melee champs.
So for people that don't know, when we're recording this, Mel came out like 2 days ago or something. So we haven't seen it in pro play yet. We're trying to like hypothesize why it would be good. But in my mind, I was kind of okay to give you guys like maybe even a Vi, because I think that Mel should just be able to press W when Vi ults and just walk away from it. So like maybe this champion is just this champion is just the most OP champion in the game. That's what I was thinking when I did this type of draft.
Honestly, fair play, fair play. There's just slammed Mel. I forgot. I didn't even know this champion was out yet. So you got me.
I said it at the beginning. I'm like, I'm gonna cheese Yamato in game number 1.
All right, Dom. Let's jump into the second game. Let's go. I need to win. I need to take that back.
I'm going to start with a Skarner ban. I think that that's probably the best thing to go with.
I think if he bans Aurora, probably I'm pivoting to Cassandra.
There's Aurora up. I kind of want him to draft Cassandra. We already banned Callista.
I do think most likely I am picking Wukong here.
But I would be okay giving over Wukong if I'm playing Ezreal. It's not that easy to Wukong engage onto an Ezreal. So this is something that I'm looking for.
I'll just pick Victory Vince nerfed. I don't care. Rock and roll. Maybe it's useless now. Maybe.
Now, Lily, I think, is pretty good into these 2 champions that he selected. And now the Ambessa is going to become a flex. I'm probably going to put it top, in which case I would need some type of AD mid. I mean, if I go Leona here, what can he take? He can take Alistar. Do I care about that?
I will go for Senna Tamkinch with farming Tamkinch. I'm just picking all the champs that got nerfed on 15-2.
I will last pick Azir, and this will be my comp on game number 2. Let's see if I won. Oh, 5 Fakers wins this one.
Bro,
I don't know.
Every champion that got nerfed.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, you're going some nerf champions. I don't know what to think about this draft. I think that like Lilia could potentially run the whole thing.
This is
what do
a
you
very,
think?
very good Lilia spot. Like that was my only concern with picking Sanatam, is that I'm making the Lilia like way stronger.
For me, I was kind of just like okay with Sanatom. I just think that like in this situation, I like my Leona value because it's like 2 mobile carries. Obviously, it's hurt by the Tom Kench.
Yeah. I think, bro, at least the algorithm gave us 1-1, so we continue. We should jump into the next one. We should jump into the
All right,
next
let's
one.
jump into the next one.
Choose your side, brother. I like how this visually we just see all the champs. Like when I see the colors of the champions, then I can think about them. It's like if I did champion select without seeing the champs, which is the case sometimes when you're in spectate tool, it just doesn't activate the mind the same way.
Now, the other thing he could do is I could go first pick Varus, and then he could go something like Nocturne Oriana.
I think I would just go Renekton and Oriana. I think this is the way. I'm happy with this.
Could be a potential Jarvan angle. Actually, Jarvan is really turbo here. I should look for a Jarvan angle. This is something that I wasn't thinking about. And this is why Fearless Draft is so hard, right? Because you have to consider all these angles.
Ooh, so he's the one going for the Jarvan. I did heavily index into champions that might be weak. I'm like my current idea is Maokai. I have to think about what's next. What are the other options?
Yeah, this is really even. This is definitely the most even draft I think we've had.
All right.
All right, what did you think, Yamato?
Honestly, I was happy with my Oriana Renekton because I wanted to create a scenario where you would have to like over-index into like fixing the Nocturne case.
I like the Jarvan pick into like the 3 immobile champions because I think that could be pretty powerful. I think it's like a pretty good Jarvan game. This is going to come down to play. I think this is the most even one we've had.
Wait, I'm blue side again. Okay, I'm blue side again. So blue side does get a little bit worse over time when there's less things to first pick because like at this point, Vados and Ashe is out, so I'm banning Draven. I'm gonna set up Kalista first pick. I'm banning Draven.
Dude, this is actually fun. We're recording it just back to back to back, so we're not even like thinking. This is just feel.
Jace is open. I forgot about Jace. No way, I forgot about Jace. He wants to play Ziggs, right? I am banning Ziggs.
I did consider a Ziggs, so that's a decent ban by him.
We are good. We are doing it. We are doing it, guys. We're going Lucian Nami. We're going Lucian Nami. And he's picking Blitzcrank on 5. It's coming. Let's begin Mumu support. Where's he going?
Honestly, this is an Amumu Pantheon flex here.
Bro, you know what really messes me up with Fearless is that if something gets banned, in my mind, it's like I'm thinking it's out of the pool forever, you know, when I'm doing this real time.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like I'm sitting there, I'm like, Jax or Nard is the only 2 top players that are like good left. And then I see Jace, I'm like,
And then I was also thinking that like Pantheon is like low-key flex, right? So maybe I could go Pantheon support here and then Amumu jungle.
I think the Amumu jungle pivot into Poppy, like that sounds miserable for Poppy. Like I don't have too much like agency. I feel like if you get to 2-6, if you're jungling, I think it's a good angle. I didn't think about the Amumu jungle at all, actually.
As soon as I locked Amumu, I'm like, wait, if I locked in the comp that I have on the right here, I would send the Amumu jungle, probably.
What do you look forward to the most? The upcoming tournament first stand. What excites you, man?
I just want to see how all the teams actually deal with a Fearless International, because it feels like a lot of times when you go international, there's like a meta that's defined and people start copying it. But this will be the first tournament that doesn't have that same pressure. So does that give more hope to some of like the worst regions, or is it going to be the type of thing where the best players have an even bigger advantage because they can show their entire body of work, all the different styles that they can play and stuff like that?
With that being said, if you want to try the Fearless Draft yourself, can you do better than me and Dom? And make sure that you tune in to First Stand. That is going to be running from March 10th to, of course, March 16th. You don't want to miss it.